What does that sound, you ask?
Welcome to the Rec Show podcast, a show dedicated to beatmakers around the world. Kick back, relax with the host, Gold in Mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event
What is going on, everybody? Golden Mind here once again. We are back with another episode number 83 of the Rec Show podcast, man. Right now you are listening to It Means a Lot, the new album that just dropped today, on a Friday, actually, on Bandcamp, and then distributed by FABC, man. So shout out to New Jersey native, man. Brain Orchestra, shout out to you, man. Everybody go check out that It Means a Lot joint, man. Dope, man. I already just listened to it once, you know what I mean? So, yo, man, welcome back, man. Hope everybody had a good week. Hope everybody counting their blessings and not their problems, having fun, you know what I mean? We got another dope episode for y'all, man. We're going to Philadelphia, PA. Shout out to my Eagles, you know what I mean? Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's go get that dub in AZ. And we're going to Philly, man, a FABC affiliate. You know what I mean? A wizard on the beats, man. When you listen to his art, man, it's just something crazy, man. It's so like futuristic, but it's like spacey. Yo, man, you can't box it, man. Anyway, we are going to chop it up with a beatmaker who goes by the name of Q, no rap name, man. So y'all welcome him, Q, no rap name, to the show. And that's what we're gonna do, man. So y'all enjoy the episode, and we'll be right back, man. Peace and love, y'all. David Goldemine Hicks here once again, man. Episode number 83. Thank y'all for tapping in. Last week, man, we had the honor of chopping it up with Remy MZ, man. Koala Beatcast creator, man. Dope rapper, French and in Spanish. And he's a beat maker too on the Koala head. So shout out to Koala Gang. Check out that interview. Check out the one last week where we had we had a whole bunch of people. Oh, Ricky on here. We didn't had we didn't had Rex Mason on here. We didn't had your boy Pax on here. So check out those interviews. And we gonna keep it rolling this week, man. This week we are going to Philadelphia, PA. Somewhere where it's near and dear to my heart. Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl. Y'all know what it is.
Go Birds.
Yeah, I'm saying go Birds. I'm from Camden, right over the bridge from Philly. So, this is home right here, man. We are tapping in with a FABC affiliate, man. He helps run the Philadelphia chapter of Flipabeatclub. He's a beat maker, creative, like a thinker. Man, when you listening to his music, you definitely going to get a sense of kind of who he is, man. But I just want everybody to hear his words and hear his story. So let me welcome the one and only Q, no rap name. Welcome to the show, my guy.
Peace, bro. Thank you for having me, man. This is great. Thank you. And that was a great introduction. I'm gassed up right now. Appreciate that, bro.
Yo, that's all love, man. Yo, for real, man. I know like you only been putting your music on Bandcamp since 2019, but the quality of your music is like, it feels like you were painting a picture with every album that you put out, Like that's
thank you, man.
For real, man. That's what it feels like.
It kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like that making it, but I'm not, it's weird. Like I kind of look at it that way too. Like it is like painting something here. It's like drawing it because it's you're creating a landscape. You know what I mean? So a lot of my stuff is just kind of open and weird and just like spacey because it's like setting a scene. I think so. I'm glad you picked up on that because
absolutely
that's kind of the goal.
Exactly. Yeah, man. There's a few albums that I want to chop it up with you about because. Shit, man, you got. I feel like you almost got like 20 albums just on Bandcamp alone. That's
just the ones that aren't private.
Right.
I have 20 private albums right now, and I'm never putting them back up. I just listen to them, but
man.
But thank you for checking it out first of all, and anybody that's listening to this that's checked out any of that music, man, appreciate you.
Yo, man, like okay, so first of all. Like I did a semi, formal introduction, but for the beat heads that don't know who you are, which they should slap themselves, after this, So go ahead, introduce yourself, like, where you're from, what your name means, how you even got your name, and then, any affiliations that you might have with any groups or anything like that.
Sure, man. My name is Q. Q no rap name is kind of just an extension of that because I don't have a name. I was really sitting there to this day, like really trying to think of a name and have not come up with anything. But when you put out music, you got to have a name. And I can't, I don't know. I just feel like I can't just be Q. But people who know me just call me Q, you know what I mean? So that's where the name or lack of name comes from. But yeah, man, I'm not from Philly technically. I live in Philly. I've lived here for a long time. I was born in Dallas actually. So I was raised as a Cowboys fan. So to see the Eagles going to it's, you know what I'm saying, bro? It's just mixed feelings, dog. But the Cowboys have let me down for so many years in a row that I'm not, I'm not even a huge. So I'm like, I'm willing to just kind of let that go. I don't even care, I hate that I have to say it live on an interview, but they don't let me down too many times right now, bro. It's getting sad. So I'm not going to be mad to see the Eagles win this. That's why I said go Birds. I'm about it. But I live in Philly. Yeah, man, I don't know. I just affiliated with Flipabeatclub. I must say shout out to Roc and Preimer and DIBIA E and everybody, Philth, Spector, all the homies, because without them I really I wouldn't be doing that, you know what I mean? And that's been the main affiliation, because through that I just meet everybody. I've met everybody, like all these people I used to follow, I've been like to their cribs and shit, like, you know what I mean, making beats. It's so weird and it happens so fast. So that's my affiliation, is kind of with anybody that's tapped in, and the beat community is growing so rapidly that it's like, man, I just keep meeting people daily, damn near, that I get inspired by and that I work with. So it's been, yeah, man, it's been fun, and that's where I stay. That was my name. What was the other part of that question? That was a good question.
No, I mean you answered everything, man.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you got it, yo. Like,
Thank you, man.
How long have you been making beats, man?
How long have I been making beats? I think I got this laptop in 2016, and shortly after that, somebody gave me Logic, and I was like, oh, all right, bet. Like, I had never made a beat, but like my homie rapped. He's like, excellent rapper. So I'm like, let me just try and make a beat. Because I had tried rapping, and I still rap here and there, whatever, but like, I'm not no rapper, you know what I mean? I figure like making beats is more chill, and it's, more the way my mind works. Mm-hmm. So I started making beats then, but honestly, up until I moved to the Bay, I really wasn't making beats in the way that I do now, because I didn't know what a SP404 was. You know what I'm saying? I'm messing around in DAWs, and like my brain doesn't work in a DAW way usually. But I went and saw a show when I was living in San Francisco, because I moved out to the Bay. Like, I'm from Philly, but like the Bay put me onto all of this. I swear to God. Shout out to SYDEQUEST, because he really introduced me to all these people.
SYDEQUEST, yeah.
That dude is crazy. He's not human with the beats, bro. That's my brother. You didn't look out for me in a million ways, so I have to say shout out to him. But when I was out there, I went and saw Quelle, Chris, Homeboy Sandman, and DIBIA E. And to that point, I hadn't even like known who DIBIA E was really. And I just see he opened and he was like on stage, just playing the absolute craziest shit I had ever heard. But I'm like looking at the stage, I'm like, there's no laptop, there's no like, this man just like, what is that thing? You know, I didn't know what a 404 was at all. And then so like, chopped it up with him for like a second after the show. And then after that, I went home and just started researching furiously. And literally that was like right before the pandemic. And pandemic hit, that pandemic check hit, and I just started buying samplers. And I just bought a 404 and shit. I started like buying things and then I started just like, watching that masterclass and just like trying to learn more about how to do that. And like, that's really when I started making beats. So I started like taking it more seriously over the last probably, I guess, 3 or 4 years.
Amazing, man. Would you say like the pandemic kind of, you know what I mean, like put you in a space to where you can actually concentrate and learn more about how to make beats and your...
Oh, dude, absolutely, man. Bro, when I tell you I was in the crib, just like watching beat making videos, making beats, like just smoking out. I'm in the bay, you know what I mean? I'm just locked in the crib with nothing to do, just like, you know what I mean? Just like a fridge full of food, pandemic check, and like YouTube, and like a brand new sampler. I was just in that joint forever, just doing that. So the pandemic really, I mean, I hate to have to say that it was such a positive in my life because it's been a negative for others, obviously, but it really like helped me get on point with this shit and start seeing the potential. Because before I was just like making beats. I'm like, whatever, I make beats. And me and the homie stopped really working together. The one rapper who I started, you know, making beats with. So I was just kind of, you know, doing it here and there. But around that time, I kind of went into hyperdrive with it. And again, that's also when I met SYDEQUEST, and he just started putting me on to hella shit in the bed.
Got you, man. Yo, like you created like 19 projects. I mean, I'm just looking at Bandcamp, right? But you created like 19 projects, you know, beat tapes, remix albums, like from 2019 to January 2022. That is a lot of projects, dog. Like how did you go about creating that many projects? And did you just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just release them? So if people like them, I'm gonna just keep creating. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely that, because I make music. I tell everybody this. I make music like compulsively. Like I really don't, and that's really my biggest crutch. Because I appreciate you saying that it sounds great and it sounds this way, but like I really don't think the shit sounds that good. Like when I listen to like a lot of other stuff, I'm like, man, that shit is polished, it's crispy, it's cool. Like it's like even at beat sets and shows, I'm like watching other people and shit. I'm like, bro, my shit do not sound like that. You know, it sounds like my shit, but the way I make music is just like I swear I just sit down and just like black out and make beats forever. Like that's just what I do. Like I just keep making shit. Like so I'll sit down in a day and make like 10, 15, 20 beats. Like, you know, Curb can attest to this, SYDEQUEST can attest to this. I'll just sit down and make a million beats. And then I'm like, well, what do I do with all of them? You know what I mean? So I'll put like it in some kind of sequence, you know, just kind of train myself to sequence and stuff, and then put some art to it, and then just call it a thing. And sometimes it'll be flipped. Sometimes it's just like old shit from folders. Like, bro, you said 20. I promise you I got 20 private ones. And like I had 3 SoundClouds deleted, like full of shit. You know, I was just never stopped really making beats. It's weird, but I just make music nonstop. So yeah, so to answer the second part, yeah, if people dig it, good. If they don't, it's not gonna stop me from doing it because I just do it, you know.
Right. Like what's the oh man, what do we have to do in order for you to release those 20 projects as private, though?
You know what? I would have to I think I'm getting there now, because I said before I'm really not too much into DAWs, but I'm kind of getting, like, I got Ableton now, and I'm like really starting to see how powerful Ableton is, and it works a little better for me. So maybe if I like start feeding some of that stuff into Ableton and like touching it up a little bit, you know, adding some missing elements, like, you know, my EQ range, my shit don't be having bass in it. Like I'm really just throwing shit at the wall. So like, I think if I go back and kind of touch it up, because it was funny when I was out in Oakland with Non Fierro, we were sitting in the studio. And we were talking about Nicholas F, because he's just an amazing rapper. And I was like, oh yeah, I got this whole Nicholas F remix album. He's like, what? Like, play that shit. And it's private on my Bandcamp. And I played it for him. He's like, bro, put this shit out. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, I don't know. Maybe it's me being a perfectionist, but I think I just got to touch some of that stuff up. But it might see the light of day. Some of it definitely won't. I should just get rid of it. So it might.
Got you. Yo, man, like, Yo, let me take our listeners back just a little bit, man. Like, I know you said you got your laptop 2016 and then the pandemic hit, but how did you even begin your journey into, music and sampling and composing, and are you trained on any instruments right now?
I've always played music. It's weird because I never took it too seriously in school, but I was always like, in elementary school, I was in orchestra. I played viola and I played cello and bass. Not cello, my bad, bass. And I played bass, upright bass again in high school. I played sax in like middle school, but like I was kind of playing sports too. But like I suck at sports. I really should have got out of sports and just focused on music. I appreciate that I was in sports because I have, I learned a lot of shit from that. But like, so I was always kind of training on music, but it was just a secondary thing. I never took it too serious. But I play guitar and shit. I used to get bass lessons from like, well-renowned bass player, like a good, good dude out here. So I've gotten lessons and stuff. And like before I moved to the Bay, I was playing guitar in a surf punk band. Like, I've been in metal bands and shit. Like I'll play music if there's music to be played. And I just think making beats is kind of an extension of that because it's not always easy to get a whole band together or like get all the homies together 4 or 5 days a week and get your shit tight. Like you can only really rely on yourself. So this whole sampling and beat making stuff just works out better in that way. So that's kind of the journey. But yeah, I'll play anything. You put an instrument in front of me, I'll try and figure it out. Only thing I can't really play is flute. I cannot get that shit correct. It's difficult.
The flute is the.
You ever try to play a flute?
I tried to play my daughter's. Yeah, I ain't got it.
You know what I mean? Like to get sound out of it. It's like it's a thing I just can't perfect. It's like trying to, I don't know, but I can play sax and shit. I can play like a oboe or something. But I play bass too. I keep like a bass with me. It's like one of my more favorite things to play.
Got you, man. Bass, man. Yo. Okay, so first of all, shout out to the Bay because.
Shout out to the Bay, man. Seriously.
The Bay got that energy, you know what I'm saying? Like the Bay is churning out some crazy creatives, man. And with this show, I'm lucky to just tap into a lot of people from the Bay, from California, from like all these musical cities and states and countries and stuff like that, man. So yeah. I gotta ask you, like, family members when you were growing up, like family members or friends, like who were you hanging around? Who were you riding around with? And what kind of music were they playing as you were growing up, and what were you listening to?
So it's really weird because whenever I think about like my immediate family, they really weren't playing too much music like outside of the norm. Like we'd listen to the radio in the car. Like I know that my parents would kind of like listen to music at the crib Saturday mornings. Like my mom loved that Lauryn Hill album. She would just like slap that shit like consistently, and I loved it too. Still love it, but nobody was really kind of putting me on to stuff. And like later in life, like when I started playing in the band and the orchestra, my dad would be like, "Oh yeah, like Coltrane this," or like mention little stuff, but nobody really put me on to music. I would say until like 6th grade, because I grew up in the suburbs, like straight up around a lot of Caucasians. Shout out all my Caucasian homies. But it was the one homie whose dad had a bunch of guitars in the crib, and he like taught me a lot about like 12-bar blues and just like he like playing old man dad rock shit. So started just kind of learning music outside of a school setting, kind of there. And then when I got older, the homies were rapping and shit. So like, yeah, that's kind of like where more. And I always loved rap music, and I didn't really get into serious music outside of what I heard on the radio until I was in like fucking late middle school. I feel like it's so weird to even say that. I never really thought about it, but I was not listening to nothing outside of the norm really. But like when I did start kicking it with the homies, like I said, we're in a Caucasian neighborhood, so we were listening to like System of a Down and shit. We were listening to like heavier, like Slipknot,
Oh, the rock bands. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. So I have a good time with all that, and my homies are still in metal bands to this day. Shout out my homie Ray. He's always at Flipabeatclub, but that dude plays more metal than making beats. So I don't know. It's all kind of well rounded.
Got you. Yeah, man. Yo. Okay, so well rounded, like. You definitely like don't have a box, you know what I'm saying? So especially when I listen to your music, you don't have a box. Like yo man, like there's one album where you have this painting. I can't remember the name right now, but I feel like your music is that. It's just you just painting strokes and then you coming up with just dope music, man. Like that's what it is. When I listen,
I think that everything is a scam.
Yeah, everything is there. It is, yeah, man. Yo,
I love that shit, dude. That's my baby.
Yo, man, like, All right, I'm gonna talk to you about everything's a scam, but yo,
Okay.
man. Okay, so I gotta ask you about your genesis, to creating music. Like, why create music? Like, you could create anything else in the world, but why music? Why beats?
Bro, you really want to know why? Because I can't draw for shit, dude. I wish I was just on some Picasso. Like, we just came back from the art museum, bro. I wish I could do that. Like, I like visual art, but like my stick figures are like, okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. So I'm like, all right, well, music makes sense to me. When I hear something, it's kind of process of elimination. Like, I could play something back if I hear it, you know? You know if you're playing the wrong note. And if you know how to move relatively, you can play the right note. You know what I mean? It's not rocket science. It's just process of elimination and practice and like learning scales and shit. So I'm like, I have a better grip on that. Like on a, you know, just on a why make music level, it's really just like, otherwise I'll probably go crazy. Like, I don't really know what people do, you know? Like, I don't really watch TV. I go out, I kick it with the homies and all that, but like, what do you do when you're at home and you're not at work? You know, like, I figure with the music shit, if I keep making music, like, I always have something to listen to. Like, I make a lot of beats, but I really make a lot of noises on my OPZ and just sit at home and listen to them by myself and never post it. Like, you know, just like, I make ambient shit and just sit around and listen to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's why, to me, it's like, I like to have something to listen to. And if I watch TV, sometimes I feel like I'm losing track of time, or even video games. Like, I ain't really, you know, I play Super Smash Brothers and shit every once in a while, but it's hard for me to like sit and watch something for too long, you know? So music, I'm just infinitely interested in. So I can just do that forever until I die and be very happy with that, you know?
I got you. Yeah, like, you feel like something's got to be done. You know what I mean? Like, instead of just wasting time, you can be creating something.
Gotta be. And, you know, I mean, to the people who don't, like, that's fine. You know, I'm definitely not trying to shit on that. But for myself, like, boredom leads to bad places. You know, idle hands are the devil's playthings. You know what I mean? So, like, what am I gonna do if I'm not doing nothing? You know, I'm gonna do something negative. You either build or destroy, right? So, you know, I'm trying to do something positive.
Got you. Yeah.
I'm trying to use my mind.
I feel that. I feel the same way, dog. Like, that's why I'm like doing so much. It's like, I gotta stay. I know. We just trying to reach our full potential as, you know, human beings. You know, so like, I don't want to. Every 24 hours, I'm trying to do something that's like productive to where I'm trying to get to. I feel like everybody, for the most part, is trying to do that same thing. So, you know, shout out to everybody that's trying to.
Everybody. That's real, bro. And I see you, man. I see you working. I'm like, bro, this man don't stop. But it's like, yeah, right. Something in you, just like, it's a drive, bro. You want to? I can tell that you have that because you, like you said, this is episode 84, like 80 something. Like, you working this, and I know this is not your first endeavor. You know, I know you've been going for this. So like, shout out to because anybody listening to this, chances are they're making shit too. So shout out to everybody just doing stuff. You know, shout out to doing stuff.
Yeah, shout out to doing stuff. That's a good album title, by the way.
Yeah, I might rock that, dude. I might gotta bleep. I can drop it like it's not. Now I'm couldn't use that, but yeah, I might. Yeah, I really should.
Yeah, let me know. I'll bleep it out. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. That'd be cool.
Yo, man. Okay, so I gotta ask this, man. Like, and if you're able to, can you name like this one song or one beat as your like something that just messed up your whole world that is still in your brain when you first heard this song?
As far as beats, I have to. I know you said one, and I hate when people do this, but I have to do two because the first one was T.R.O.Y, and I hope that that's like They Reminisce Over You. Like, I hope that that's everybody's like beat aha moment. Like, to me, that is the perfectest, craziest beat. Like, when I heard that, I feel like that was the first time I really became like aware of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, I heard that beat and I was like, and I'm born in '92. I wasn't like, you know, I heard it like later, but like, I'm like, whoa, dude, like that's crazy. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's amazing. Like, that shit blew my mind so much and really made me like, I think that song made me pay attention to rap music, you know, honestly, as a young child. And then the beat that made me really say, yo, I would like to maybe make a beat, or how did he make that beat, was Hi-Tek, Talib Kweli, The Blast.
classic.
Bro, that is the illest beat I have ever heard. And like the way that like in the video how it's raining and it sounds like the beat is raining and it's like, bro, this shit is another level. You know, and Talib Kweli blocked me and sent a bunch of threats and random people to come comment on my Instagram and harass me. So I don't mess with Talib Kweli. But Hi-Tek is an actual legend and I respect him so much. And I love that song and I love that beat, like for real. Yo. Can't stand Talib Kweli ass though, but love that beat, man. And you can tell him I said it. I don't even care, dude. Straight up. That's really how I feel about that, man. But I'm not a hater. You know? It was just a weird instance.
Yo, man. Okay, so yeah. both of those are dope, man. When I saw the breakdown in Knife Wonder's Harvard Fellow documentary, when he found a sample and then he like recreate. I was, oh my gosh, like that's one of the reasons why I like making beats too. Is just like how the fuck did y'all do this?
How did he, bro? Like even because when I hear that sample, I'm like, ain't no way. Even if I would have sampled this, it would have never came out like this. Like this is like the shit. This is a cold flip. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Yo, man. Okay, so yo, dope selections, man, that you got just already on the top of your head. So I gotta ask you this because we got a lot of mutants. Beat making mutants when I say that is like creating some crazy music. They're on this music journey, and I feel like, you know, every guest has watched, listened to, or read something to like help them along their journey or open up their mind to a different world of music. Do you have any recommendations for, you know, the beat making mutants that's like that they can either watch, read, listen to, anything like that?
Well, as far as like watching, like I said, I really don't watch way too much shit. Like I need to watch more shit. Like I need to like just watch more movies and more documentaries and just like learn more visually. But I learn by hearing. And to me, like I guess this is more catered towards beatmakers. So if it's something that's gonna change your like way of thinking or really flip your mind, or something that really worked for me, is to just like start listening to shit that you think that you hate. You know, people always love to tell me they hate country music. I'm like, have you even like scratched the surface of country music? Because there is some very, very, very good country music in existence. Like I swear, I promise you that. And there's good of everything. I don't like death metal, or I don't like whatever. So anyway, I used to like not like certain shit. And I'm like, why do I not like this? Can I actively identify the elements that I don't like about this? You know, because I don't know. Just for me, I'm weird, but like, I had to just start listening to shit that I thought I hated. Now I don't hate anything. You can pretty much play anything for me. I don't think I've heard some whack shit at all in like a long time. I just stopped thinking like that. It's like ugly people. I don't even believe in ugly people. You could do ugly shit. You could be a shitty person. But like physically, I'm like, nah, in the right light, like to somebody, like, bro, that look good. Like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so like the sound is like, how do you go and say that you don't like none of this person's music? Have you heard all of it, dude? Like, I don't know, man. It's weird. So I like started listening to like certain rap that I wouldn't have liked, and I'm like, oh, I get it. You know, I was one of the people that hated I don't know, I don't even want to say too many names, but like, you know, just didn't really fuck with certain shit. And I would listen to it again with like fresh ears and be like, this isn't bad and I shouldn't hate it. You know, this is somebody else expressing themselves creatively. You know, I could take note from that. So that's helped me out a lot creatively.
Talk about the, you know, you have a 303. I think you got a 404. 244s. Like you create on different music equipment, and like you said earlier, like you can't really your brain can't really create in DAWs. Which like the 303s and the 2404s, like are they the main brainchilds to your when you create music, and why?
Right now, the MPC Live is my main centerpiece that I'm using. Just because the MPC Live is perfect and it's made beats on, it's blowing my mind. And the only reason I got it is because my homie sold it to me for the low. Like really like looked out on some like, yo, I don't need this. I know you're gonna like use it and use it well. Just like, here you go. And I was like, all right, shit, well, I got to get this. And now I'm like learning the MPC workflow has damn near kind of made me like slow down learning all the other stuff. Like just because it's so powerful. But I bring my 303, like I shouldn't even say it, but I be bringing my 303 to work a lot. And just, you know, trying to, like I do try and separate the workflow and just like learn each thing. But as far like the MPC is just so fast and like so intuitive, you know, so I've just been messing with that for the most part. But I love the 404 and the 303 and all this other shit. I have gear acquisition syndrome. I don't think any one of these things is making my shit any better. I just have a problem. I see shit I want it, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat ramen noodles for like 3 weeks and just get that shit.
Sacrifice. I got you.
Got it.
Got to.
Yeah, something wrong with my brain, but I got to.
I got you. Yo, man. So, okay. Because I've been thinking about getting on a MPC Live just to switch up because I'm machine and then I just got a 404. So I'm like, okay, everybody's saying that it's so powerful. Like what can this thing do?
So it can do everything. Like they all do the same shit. I just think that this does it faster. And like chopping samples and shit, like I'm like to try and chop up on a 404, it is time consuming, which I don't mind. I think that helps you hear it a little better. Like the more you have to listen to something, the more, you know, so I don't mind taking extra time. But I've been chopping shit up in like seconds on the MPC and like mapping it and like the layering, like to be able to like layer all the pads. It's like, bro, you can make some really thick drums. And like, I'm just getting into this now because I'm like reading the MPC Bible and shit. I'm really trying to take this seriously. But I think it's really probably just the speed. And Machine is dope as hell too. And I've been watching people cook on Machine Plus. I have a Mark II, MK2, whatever, that I was using before I got the 404 and before I got, you know, all this other shit. So, but I don't know, man. I just think the MPC is like, it's fire, man. It's perfect. It's got the USB. It's got like all the outputs, all the inputs, anything you can need. So as long as you got enough cables, and it's got battery power, and it's got a speaker in it, the Live 2. So you just literally take this shit outside and like make a beat, you know, and hear it right on the thing. I'm like, I ain't seen that from anything.
Yo, so all right, you're a family man, right? So
well, like have a family? I ain't got no kids, but I love my family.
I mean, well, I know you have different obligations.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
That. So
hell yeah.
How do you find time to, you know, split the time between, you know, working, your family obligations, and then just you being a creative? Like, how do you find that time to do all of those things?
You know, as SpongeBob SquarePants once said, bro, you gotta make time. You know what I mean? Yo, did he not? But like, bro, you gotta, like, bro, I have a weird sleep schedule. Like, I always have. I've been like a bit of an insomniac. I don't recommend that people do that, but I don't really need sleep. So I just find time, make time, do stuff. Like, if I just sleep less, you can do more. But a lot of people are like, I can't do that. I'll get burnt out. You know, I need my 8 hours. Like, that's cool, but I'm good off 3 hours of sleep. And stay up all night and just do the shit. Or stay up all morning and do it. Go to work, come back, you know, take a brief nap, or just keep doing this shit until you pass out. And that's just me. And I do not have kids. So I understand, like, people who got kids is like way different story. And you have like actual shit to worry about. But for me, like, I don't got no dependents. So that's more of a reason, honestly, like that I'm like, all right, let me use all the time that I got before I get some dependents. All I got is my cat, you know, and I love her to death, but she's low maintenance.
Gotcha. Cats are low maintenance though. They always be.
Yes, she low kid.
So okay, got you. Yo, we're gonna talk about. Well, let me ask you this first. You know, you said you can't draw, but the first pillars of hip hop are MCing, graphing, breaking,
DJ.
and DJing, right? So which one did you start your journey with?
My hip hop journey, I guess, would have to been I guess it was rapping, honestly, because all the homies rap. There would be like ciphers like in my high school, like every single morning. Like, and I'm not a rapper. I never thought I was a rapper, but I'm like, rap is fun. Like, I like rap. I'll try and rap, whatever. So like sometimes I'll do that shit, but most of the time I'll just be around it. And then one day the homie just like, because I'd never see, like, it's weird. I'd never seen music really be recorded, But one day, like in high school, I was like, oh yeah, I'm building a studio in the garage, and my other homie rap went over there, and I'm like, fuck it, let me go over there. And then I was like, for whatever reason, I was like, yo, I want to rap. You know what I mean? Like, put me in there, So I just did a verse and just like laid it one take, and like listened back to it. I'm like, oh, that shit is like, that was fun, man. That shit was fire. So I just kind of started writing a little bit more, and then right before I got the laptop, I was kind of just, linking with the homie and like rapping a little bit here and there, like not really taking it seriously, and that's my biggest thing. I was never really taking nothing seriously. If I had thought that it could be taken seriously, I would have. You know what I mean? I just thought everything was hobby. I thought life was sweet and shit. I didn't realize that you could really do this and make a living off of it. I would have went way harder back then.
Right. I mean, but you going hard now, so like
yeah, I'm trying to make up for lost time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yo, man. So let me backtrack a little bit, because I'm talking about, like, I can ask you about all your albums, but there's three that actually all of them stand out. But Everything's a Scam definitely stands out as like, yo, man, I feel like Everything's a Scam is on the same vein as Elephant Man's Bones, Alchemist and
wow.
Yo, like, I'm not playing. Like, this album is, yo, man, it's that good. Like, how did Everything's a Scam? Well, the artwork, first of all, the artwork is just speaking crazy, and then you listen to the music, man. It's like 36 tracks. So how did Everything's a Scam come to be?
Real quick, let me just say Roc Marciano is the GOAT. My copy of Elephant Man's Bones just came in the other day. It's funny that you mentioned that. And he's the GOAT as far as I'm concerned. So let me just say that. And we got the same birthday, and it's coming up on Saturday.
Hey, look at that. Happy early birthday, yo. Thank
you, bro. Appreciate you. But Everything is a Scam. The artwork, thank you for asking about the artwork, because it was done by the homie Matt. He goes by Smush. In fact, I'm about to look up his gram. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, because everybody needs to follow my man. He's a good dude. Underscore Smush, SMUSH _. Follow that man. He did the artwork for Everything is a Scam. That artwork is absolutely fire. I came across him somehow. You know how the internet is. I just met dude, and I was like, yo, bro, I need something. Like, your shit is way too fire. And he's like, what do you want? I'm like, whatever the next thing that you paint is, give me that. I don't know. Like I said, I don't draw. I'm not the artist. You're the artist. Make anything you want and send it to me. And like I said, I'm just always making beats. So when it came in, as soon as I saw the art, I was like, all right, cool. I know where this is going. Like, I know what this should sound like, and just started putting shit in a certain order. And after a while, I'm like, man, that's a lot of tracks. And sure enough, fucking DistroKid won't even let you upload 36 tracks. Now I know that. So it's 35 tracks on streaming, but on Bandcamp it's 36.
Right.
So that's why I be putting out long projects that's just like one long thing, because like you can't even post a lot of tracks on DistroKid. But anyway, that's kind of how it came about. And like musically wise, it's like, yeah, like I said, I wish I could remember making that. I sit in front of this shit. I like put drums here. I put samples here. I like put sounds together. And I'm like, all right, bet, do this thing. But the title comes from like my own personal paranoia. I honestly believe everything is a scam. And all the song titles are just things that I think are scams,
Yo, man. Yo, so like, let me see, like, Success.
Definitely a scam.
Your own destiny. Like,
scam.
Right. So why is Success in Your Own Destiny a scam? Yeah.
I mean, success is most definitely a scam, because it's almost like you succeed, and then what? You know what I mean? Like, there is no ultimate success. It's a progress. You know what I mean? You gotta like love the process and all that shit. Success is like the idea of succeeding is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna reach this thing. It's like a pot at the end of the rainbow. It's like, I don't know. Again, I'm like a little pessimist. I'm a little crazy, and I'm also trying to be a slight bit humorous and ironic about this shit. But I genuinely believe, bro, like if you believe in some kind of success, that's just something that either A, you won't get and you'll be upset, or if you do get it, now what? You know, have you thought that far ahead, or are you just trying to? Like, I'm trying to constantly just do better. To succeed hasn't even like, and maybe I'm dead ass wrong for this shit, but the thought of success itself hasn't really even crossed my mind. It feels like an illusion almost.
I got you. Thoughts and prayers, yo.
Definitely a scam, big time. Because, bruh, some horrible, terrible shit will happen to you in your life that somebody be like, "Oh, send thoughts and prayers." Like, bro, I wish you would have just said nothing instead of telling me that. Right. You know, and granted, I get it, bro. Again, that's very negative of me to say. Let me be very real about this, but like, you know, it's almost like lip service, you know. So actual thoughts and actual prayers, sure, whatever. But the concept of like, oh, thoughts and prayers, like, bro, you did not pray at all today. You told me you was gonna pray for me, and you did. That's why Kendrick said, "Ain't nobody praying for me," and I felt that shit straight through my soul.
Yeah, I felt that too.
K-Dot's the realest, and anybody who hated on his newest album is crazy out of their mind, and I don't even want to talk to him. That man's a genius.
Yo, man, that is I feel like that is definitely like a psychology type album, yo.
Thank you, man.
I'm talking about K-Dot, that K-Dot put out.
Oh, hell yeah. What, bro? That's why they didn't like it, because it was a mirror. It's like, you don't want to hear that. You trying to go hear some fun shit and go turn up, or hear people rap about killing each other or whatever. And now Kendrick's like, yo, man, I got issues with my family, but I'm still trying to succeed. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be a real man out here. Niggas like, I don't know about this, bro. Like, I don't know. He talking about his connection with a higher power, bro. Niggas are not ready to hear that. So, shout out to K-Dot, man. Legend.
Yo, man. Oh, I gotta ask you about Tidal, man. You did an album with SYDEQUEST. You and SYDEQUEST did one, man. So tell me about Tidal. 7 tracks, man. Just heat, yo. Tell me about that, Joe.
I hope that's still up, because I did take that down for a while, and I felt bad because it's collaborative. I've taken down a couple different collab projects, which I felt really bad about, because SYDEQUEST is the homie, and all his shit was absolute fire. I just didn't love all of my shit. And also, I wish it had been more collaborative. Like, we hung out all the time when I was out there, and, you know, we sat together and made beats, but it's almost like I was making my thing, he was making his thing. And, like, we were just like, all right, we'll use this beat, then this beat, then this beat, you know what I mean? And then later, when I did other collaborative projects, it's not that I didn't love that shit, because I did, and all his shit was super fire, and that's the homie. But with like the Curb one that I did right after that, I was like, oh man, we made all those beats, like, you know, it just felt more cohesive, and just I took it down for a minute. So I do hope it's back up, and if it's not, I'll put it back up. But yeah, SYDEQUEST is just the homie, dude. Like I said, he put me on to all this shit. We did like our pretty much first beat show together, literally first beat show together, and it's just been up from there. So, but that came about basically just him coming to my crib in SF and just sitting there making beats. That was it. And just talking about what we think we're going to be doing in the near future. And sure enough, we're doing all that shit. That fool's playing the show like every day now, you know, and putting out heat like every day. So I'm like, yeah, it's working out well. Shout out to SYDEQUEST. He is really, and if you're not listening to SYDEQUEST beats, you're crazy. Put that shit on and like really listen to like that. You can listen to that shit all day, I swear. I can.
Yo, man, he definitely got some heat. I just ran into, like, I seen him on a Flipabeatclub set, I think. So I'm like, okay, who is SYDEQUEST? I'm looking at the performance. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Let me go to his Instagram, go to his Bandcamp. I'm listening. I'm like, yo, man, this guy.
He's nice, man. He's nice, and he. Let me real quick. I had to go into like, because he's the whole reason I'm doing any of this. When I moved out to the Bay, I was like, you know, holed up in my room, like I'm working 3 jobs and shit, coming home and just like making beats by myself for myself, you know. And one day he hit me up because of the what was the beat challenge? It's the Ski Beach John, the Smack Pack. And I guess I posted mine and he saw it and he messaged me right away and he was like, yo, dude, you're in the Bay? And I'm like, yeah, I just moved here. He's like, yo, we got to get together, bro. Like, your shit is crazy. And he's like hyping it up. So I'm like, damn, dude, I didn't even think the shit was that crazy. Like I said, I always feel like I'm just like learning, you know. I never think my shit is that dope. But he was like about it, and then we got together, and long story short, we just, you know, started like putting together shows and shit. And then, you know, we met all the people that he introduced me to like hella people. And from there, I just started finding out about events, and that's how Flipabeatclub and blah, 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 you know, XYZ, the rest is history, you know?
Got you, man. Yo, SYDEQUEST, this is early SYDEQUEST is gonna be on the show in a couple months, but
best. Don't let me give away too much. Let him tell his story. But that's the homie, man. Shout out to him.
Shout out to SYDEQUEST, man. Yo, can we talk about your latest album, which is 303 Loops Part 1?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yo, talk to me about that album, because that's one continuous album, one continuous track, but there's so much inside of that 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Yo, can you talk to me about that?
Really, that was just that was the week that I got the 303, because I've been waiting to get a 303 for a long ass time, and the MK2 is out and the 303, and they're like damn near the same price. Like I could have got an MK2, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dropped the bread, got this 303, and it's like a little slower and like a little weirder, a different learning curve. But I was trying to commit to making beats specifically on it so that I could learn it, and that was just literally the first 10 beats or whatever that I made on it. And that was lit. And then I took a picture of the 303 and just posted it. That was it. Like I don't even remember. I would have to listen to that again and know what it sounds like. But I was just trying to figure out the equipment. I should do that with all my shit, just like individual, device tapes,
Yo, you know what's crazy, man? Hearing you talk about it and you like, yo, I'm just creating for me, and then I just take a picture of it, boom, post it, put it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does that come from to where it's just you're not overthinking the process, yo?
I don't want to be too hard on myself, but I think it's just laziness. Like I said before, like I hear other people's shit, I be like, man, that shit is clean, but I can tell that they took time and effort into making it clean. All I'm taking time and effort into doing is like listening to weird shit on like samples, like YouTube, like digging. I think that's really what it is. I like the digging part of it the most, and then everything after that gradually starts feeling more and more like work, which I should embrace the work. I should do that part too, but I just like the digging, and that's why a lot of my shit just sounds like a sample that's like pitched or chopped or whatever, because I don't really be mixing this shit. I don't know what that is. I don't have the education on that yet. I'm now learning how to make beats, but like I need somebody to really teach me sound, and like how to use these dollars. Like I'm just winging it, bro. I'm like a little kid in a fucking plane cockpit, just like hitting buttons, like the auto, like, so it's working. But yeah, I think overthinking it kind of ruins it anyway, and it ruins the fun. I don't want this shit to stop being fun, so I'm just gonna push it out. And like I said, if people like it, and people do, and I appreciate that, I'm gonna keep trying to make it better. But if they don't like it, like I said, I have to make it regardless. I will do it anyway. I'm not looking for people to be like, oh yeah, like I love that, or I don't love that. Like it means nothing. Like listen to it, like it, don't care. I just want to make it.
Message. Hey,
message.
That's the message right there.
Well,
man.
bro, if I could go on that for like 1 second more, it's weird because some people, it's almost like you're searching for validation through this, and to me, that's never been the point. It's not about getting other people to recognize you. It's like, it's about making music, bro. Am I gonna make $1 million off it? Who knows? I hope so. That'd be tight. But like, I'm trying to make music, dude. And I think the more music to make, the better your shit becomes. That's my theory. That's why I'm moving like that.
Damn, man. Yo, that's a gem right there, man. Like, yo, just don't overcomplicate it. Just be childlike in it. I'm not saying like you're a kid, but
no, that's real. That's so very real. Have fun. Yeah. I watch kids have fun, and I be like, bro, when's the last damn time I even had some fun, bro? Kids be having fun doing anything.
Right.
I'm like, I'm trying to capture some of that. I need that.
Yo, man. Yo, man. I gotta ask you, man, and give it some thought. Can you name like your top 5? I know you already said one, Hi-Tek, but in your childhood. Your childhood, and now you as a man, as an adult, like, can you name your top 5 beat makers, music producers, and then as a kid and then as an adult, and no genres off limits either?
Oh, okay, cool. Beat makers currently, I should probably start with currently because that might be easier. MADLIB, like, far and beyond number 1, and I no disrespect to J Dilla, because he's pretty much like J Dilla is a legend and a genius, and like we all know that, you know what I mean? But for my sounds, man, MADLIB is just like unbelievable. MADLIB, like Alchemist, Damn, dude, it's hard to say because everybody, motherfuckers is dope, bro. It's a lot of dope shit going around. Honestly, oh man, it's hard to say. I will give it some thought, but yeah, MADLIB, Alchemist for damn sure. I really have always fucked with the Neptunes. Fucking as of recently, now that I know this man and I've met him and heard his shit, blew my mind out. Like DIBIA E for damn sure. Like, dude's ridiculous with all this shit. And man, as weird as it is, bro, Roc, like, because he's more of a rapper than a beat maker. He's obviously a producer, but like he just changed the lane. Like the fact that people even think that they can run around and make drumless loops, not that that's all he can do, but like that's Roc pretty much. And RZA, but that's Roc Marciano for real. And then as a kid, like I said, I really wasn't paying too much attention to beats. I feel like Timbaland and shit would always be like this is the shit. Like anytime you hear some Timbaland, it's just fire. And like, who else? Now anymore, I would never say this, but as a kid, Swizz Beatz, and I'm not even trying to shit on it, but like the discourse around Swizz Beatz is just so funny. Like people be like, man, his shit is whack. If you look back, his shit is whack. And I'm like, it didn't age well, but for the time, dude, Money Cash Hoes was amazing.
Right.
But if I listen to that beat now, I'm like, that's weird. I don't remember it sounding like that. Shout out to him. Right. And who else? I guess, again, just because it was like when I started paying attention, like any of the Illmatic producers, you know what I mean? Like Preimer and like T.R.O.Y and like, Large Pro, all that shit. Just anything that sounds like that. Oh, and RZA for damn sure. Like once I heard Wu-Tang, and my life changed for sure. And Tribe, so it's probably more than 5, but that type of shit, it's a hard question.
Yeah, it is a hard question, man. I never assume like my guest is going to know like right off the top because there's so many to choose from, so many that influenced each guest. So many, and I'm probably shitting on some people by not thinking of them immediately because obviously there's some dope shit out there. But yeah, that's what just comes to mind. I got you, man. Yo, no. Ain't no shade to no producer. Never. So if Pete Rock and RZA, if y'all ever listen to this, you know what I'm saying? Pete Rock and RZA are sitting in a room right now, being like, man, fuck this dude. He didn't put me in number 1. That's definitely not happening. And if it is, thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, hey, thank you, man. Thank you, RZA and Pete Rock. Appreciate y'all. Saying? Yo, man. So I'll be remiss if I didn't mention this, man. Like Philly has been on it like for the last 2 months, man. Y'all been killing it, man. Y'all, first of all, Philadelphia is going in the Super Bowl on Sunday. I can't forget that to name that. But then you also have the Philadelphia chapter of Flipabeatclub. That you and Philth Spector are putting together with, I can't remember the name of the CrateDiggaz, there he is. Okay, CrateDiggaz that put together, and then so y'all have the video, and then y'all was featured in Courier Post on the newspaper, and then also like the video segment. Man, tell me about the experience of hosting Flipabeatclub Philly, and then also being, put in the newspaper. You front and center, dog, like for real. Yeah, that was a large article in the paper, bro. I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked, and that was dope. And shout out to the Philadelphia Inquirer, shout out to Fox, shout out to Mike Greenidge, shout out to all the people who did that because they ain't had to do that. Shout out to Bob, shout out to CrateDiggaz. Appreciate all y'all. Flipabeatclub, Mons Rock, you know what it is. It's all, but that the way it just came together, man. It was like, first of all, I'm glad to be hosting it with Philth, and he's really the reason that all of that shit happened, like all the news stuff. Like this man is like active, bro. Like and we're gonna have some more shit I'm not supposed to be talking about, but it's looking like it's gonna happen. So but he's just like talking to people constantly. Like I talk to people quite a bit. I try and spread the word, but like, man, this dude is on it. So whatever I do, he does twice. Shout out to Philth. He's excellent and very active with this shit. But yeah, I was going to the ones out in the Bay, and then when I moved back to Philly, before I left, like days before I left, there was like an event, and I was performing at Flipabeat Friday, and I was talking to Mons and Dibby, and
was just like, yo, man, if I get out to Philly and I find a spot, like, would it be cool? You know, can I do a Philly chapter? They were like, hell yeah, of course. And very shortly after getting here, I reached out to CrateDiggaz because I've been following them on the gram for a minute. Shout out to Bob. They just have the most ridiculous records. Like, y'all need to follow CrateDiggaz if you don't. Like, he's literally raffling. He's selling $20 raffles right now, so you can get this Conway reject on steroids. Like, bro, you can't get that. Like, he's got ungettable shit in there, like underground rap. No other record store is doing that. And I reached out to him, like, told him what it was, and like, would you be interested in, like, you know, letting me do this there? He's like, yeah. I'm like, wow, that was easy, you know, like, so he didn't have to do that, so shout out to him. And it's just been every month, and, you know, at first, you know, few people, at first it was a lot of people, then it was like, you know, a few people, a few more people, a few less people, whatever, but, you know, just doing it every single month. If you build it, they will come, people just start showing up. And then, yeah, with the whole news thing, like, I've just been getting DMs and, like, getting people reaching out, so it seems like it's gonna just keep growing, as it should. I mean, it's a tried and true method. They've been doing it in SAC, you know, for a year, and you see the growth in a year, you know, and I've been here for like 6 months, and so you see the growth. So it's like, bro, just keep doing it, and now it's just working out great. And if you are anywhere in the tri-state area, pull up, because it's third Friday of every month at CrateDiggaz, 711 South 4th Street, South Philly. Pull up.
So it's definitely going to be at CrateDiggaz spot.
Bob willing, you know what I mean? Like, Bob's the homie, he runs the spot, and he's been gracious enough to let us keep doing it there. I don't want to assume that we're doing it there forever, you know what I mean? But as long as he's with it and we're with it, that's where it's happening. And luckily, you know, the people who run all the chapters, you know, we stay in touch. So they're like, yo, are you still doing it this month? Like, they don't just kind of put it out there without being us. Sometimes certain ones are on Zoom, whatever, but, you know, for the foreseeable future, yeah, we're going to be at CrateDiggaz, and we're going to be flipping beats.
Got you. Yo, this last Flipabeatclub, man, that y'all were in, yo, like, y'all were making some crazy stuff. And then I can't remember the name of the MC that got up there and just killed it.
Man, hold up. And this is not because I forgot about you, bro, because you the homie. You put me on the spot. Name's on the tip of my tongue. Spiritual.
Yeah, yo.
That man drove several hours with his girl and pulled up and was like, yo, I love what y'all are doing. Like, good energy. Like, I'm like, this is a good dude. I already could tell. And literally made like 10 beats on Quelle since sitting down out of the crate. And I know he did it since he sat down, because you only get the sample when you show up. You know what I mean? Right. And this man just made like 1 million beats on Quelle at a rate I had never seen, and rapped over like all of them. I had never seen no shit like that. Shout out to him. That was pure hip hop, if you will. That shit was crazy.
Yo, spiritual, man. Yo, that was like, I didn't want to leave because I had to go do another interview, but yo, man, like that's dog. I was like,
he was going in. I was like, damn, I feel like I should have paid for this.
I'll always be thinking about ideas, man. So, you know what I mean? I know Mazra probably gonna listen to this. Yo, this is just an idea. What if we got a person from each chapter that MCs, that raps? So Spiritual from Philly, E.G. the Beast from California,
the Beast.
If we got Raz Fresco from Toronto, you know what I mean? Like,
oh man,
oh my god,
come on, man! I already know where you're going with this, and you're right, bro. Like, but that's, to me, I don't know if we're maybe everybody not thinking like I'm thinking, but I think we're all on the same page with this shit, which is like, this is a network. So, you know what I mean? Like, it would be good to officially do it, like flip a song club. Like, I always been thinking about that shit. That would be fire. You know what I mean? Like, make some shit, you know, real quick. But everybody raps, bro. I don't know one beat maker who don't got like a verse or two in the tuck. You know what I mean? And like, a lot of them are nice. And I feel like we all reach out to each other. Hint, hint. You know, we all follow each other. Like, spread the word to each other. Keep it going around. We gonna have like, it's gonna be like Blue Note Records, bro. It's gonna be like 1,000 records get made out of this collective, because everybody's just on the same page, doing it for the same reason. Fuck around and make like a lot of bread and like make a lot of connections, and just built-in tour network. You know, like, all these chapters are tapped in. So what? Now you can just go on tour between all the chapter cities and play essentially a sold-out show in the right venue. You know what I mean?
Oh, we just put it together just now.
You feel me, bro? Like, that's all it is, man. That's really all it is.
Oh man, yo, That would be so
I've been
dope,
on that type of time.
Yo, man. All right, yo, man. The beat scene in Philly, man. Well, let's just say the tri-state area, because we got a chapter in Baltimore for Flipabeatclub. Is it Baltimore or Maryland? I think it's Maryland. The Maryland.
It's DMV, so they actually are in DC.
Yeah, DMV chapter, man. So, like, what is the beat scene like where you are? Like, are there any other collectives that we should be tapped into? Any other like beat makers that we should be tapped into from Philly, Jersey, Maryland?
Oh man. Well, I should start by saying I only moved back here a little while ago, and before, when I lived here, I was playing in a punk band, so I wasn't really tapped into the beat scene at all. And now I'm still not really tapped in. I'm like tapped in with my corner of the beat scene, with our little area. And like, I did an open somewhere down at Cherry Street Pier, and I feel bad not remembering what the name was, but there's definitely has to be a scene, I imagine. I don't want to sit here and say there's no scene if I don't know. I'm sure there is. And if people are out here and you're listening to this and you're part of some scene I don't know about, put me on. Man, Beatmakers, it's just, anybody that's coming through these events. Also, shout out to God Fieri. I'm trying to get him to come through. He's like ridiculous. He just put a project out. And who else? It's a lot of God Fieri, G-O-D.
I thought you said Guy Fieri, the cook.
Guy Fieri, yeah, bro. We doing big things, bro. Flavor Town type beats. No, God Fieri, his shit is crazy. I just was listening to that. But yeah, I should have wrote down a list. I should have highlighted some people. You know what I mean? Shout out my homie Miles, because he's the one who got me this MPC, and he makes ridiculous beats. He's been working with the kids and doing all kind of shit, so he hasn't been able to make it to the events, but once he does, y'all are in for a treat, because this fool's beats are ridiculous. And who else? It's a lot of people, man. But if I don't know, and if you're hearing this, you're like, yo, he ain't even shout me out, bro, you better let me know, and you better start coming to every single Flipabeatclub so that I never forget about you. Right. And, you know what I'm saying? Pull up, you know what I mean? But if you see him, at Flipabeatclub, they're doing shit. Shout out to Slim, shout out to Philth, Spector, Q3, who cares? Like Philly. Who else?
Q3 is crazy too, man.
Q3 is ridiculous, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Anybody else? Anybody else who I try and mention is like way more popping and more talented than me, so I'm gonna feel like a dickhead trying to shout them out, even though they you know what I mean? Like they're more, but like people are established, I'm still trying to get established, so everybody that's established, shout out to y'all. The whole tri-state, I'm sure is brimming with talent. I just need to meet all these people. I'm still trying to get on my feet with it, but
I got you.
It looks like it's heading in the right direction for damn sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is, and we support it, man. As much as I can, like I always put as much on my socials as possible, and then just spread the word, man. That's what it's about right now. And
yes, sir.
I can see it growing. Y'all doing some amazing stuff over there. And so, last two questions before I let you go, man. I want to thank you for your time again.
Thank you.
What's one thing you wish you knew before you started making beats and making albums and beat tapes and stuff like that?
Well, one thing I wish that I knew is how to do this shit with consistency and get some bread, which I can't say that I fully know now, but I'm learning it more now. Like, I wish I knew that you could do it with consistency and get some bread. Because when I first started making beats, it was just like truly just like hobbyist, and there's nothing wrong with being a hobbyist. I encourage that. But I wish I just knew that, like, yo, bro, that job that you're like not trying to go to every single day, like you won't even have to go if you start linking with the right people and start like doing this shit for real. You know what I mean? Like if you take it seriously, you will meet the right people. If you go out, like whatever energy you put out is going to come back to you. I've been saying I want to meet certain people, you know what I mean? And I've met them now, just by saying I want to meet them and doing the right shit, doing the work. And so if I would have known at the time, it's like, yo, bro, that's not impossible for you to work with somebody who you respect. You just have to work, then I would have worked a lot harder. I feel like I just was a hobbyist for too long. Now, granted, I'm not an old man and I got plenty time left, I hope. So I'm going to just keep rocking and do the shit I should have been doing up until now. Because I watched certain people, like you mentioned Raz Fresco, that's a young man, bro. And he got multiple albums and got albums with legends. He got Raekwon on his album, like, yo, salute. Like, I'm like,
Yo,
dude,
real.
this is a young king, bro, really doing this shit because he's been hustling and putting out serious quality at a high level for a long time and understanding that that's the bag. And he has not taken his foot off the gas, bro. I salute that man for real. So I'm trying to take a little more of that mentality, and I wish that I would have known people with that mentality. I knew a lot of hobbyists at the time. If I had known, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had like seen somebody getting it off this shit, I'd be like, oh, I can get it off this shit too. Let's get it. I thought you were just supposed to be a hobbyist. I thought these were famous people. They were always famous, and you ain't gonna be famous. So, you know, just do it on the weekend. But I wish I would have knew to just do it.
Got you. Yo, man. That's a gem right there, man. Just take it serious, and then meet different people that can, you know what I mean? Like, when you meet different people, they can elevate you. Because right now, y'all all on the same frequency, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all can elevate each other and make it to where y'all want to go. So you got to get out. You gotta rub elbows with people. You know what I mean? You can't be scared.
You got to. It's not going to come to you. It's not going. Nobody. The person you're trying to work with is not going to knock on your door and commenting on their viral tweet or on their Instagram, be like, yo, bro, this work is not going to do. That's not work. That does not qualify as work. If you do actual work and build actual connections, this shit gonna happen. Do that. I wish I knew that. You know.
Right. Relationships, man. That's
seriously.
Relationships, collaboration, and I think y'all are doing that. A good thing. That's another good thing about FABC Philly chapter is y'all getting all of these different people inside of, you know, the venue, and then they're able to network, and then y'all build the relationships. Y'all do this month after month, and if they stay consistent, man, you can do whatever, man. You just learn so much.
And I can't pull nobody's teeth or twist nobody's arm, bro. People who want to be there are there. You know what I mean? So like I said, I'm gonna do it regardless. If Flipabeatclub is just me and Dan, me and Phil, like chilling and making beats together, and Bob like hanging out, then that's what it is, you know. But luckily, you know, like I said, real recognized, real people are gonna show up if that's what they want to do.
Got you. Yo, man. Yo, so last question. Before I let you go, I know you got things to do, man. What should the internets look out for from Q No Rap Name in 2023? You know, and how can the internets tap into you, your music, you know, what you got going on?
Well, for 2023, right now, I've been making it a point to hibernate in the winter. I've been making it a point to study these books. Like, I'm making beats every day, but like, I'm not trying to put things out as rapidly as I maybe once did. But when spring comes, I'm gonna already have like a backlog of shit. I'm just gonna start dropping like a lot of shit, and I might even start, you know, based on this conversation, I might even start re-releasing older shit, just like, you know, done a little better. But I already have one project done with art and a title, and that's good. Me and Spector have a collab tape, and we're about to make a second one, so that's like ready to go, damn near.
Let's go.
And and like literally, when I tell you, bro, like, I'm not trying to brag or boast or nothing. I don't think I'm better than anybody. I really think most of the people that I fuck with are better than me. But when I tell you I can sit down and make a lot of beats, I will. I plan to. I do this all the time. So like, I'm really planning on, you know, chilling out right now and staying in the crib and getting right mentally, physically, all that shit. It's cold as shit out here. I'm not used to this. I've been in the Bay the last couple of years. So I'm just staying low right now. But when spring comes, bro, we popping out shows nonstop. Tri-state. We've been going up to, you know, New York and doing shit, and like, so I'm just meeting more people and making more beats, dude, and I'm making more connections. So you're gonna see many collaborations with some fire. The shit that I'm working on now, like, I hate when niggas do this, but like, I really is with the legend, you know, like with the legend that I'm working with right now. I'm not gonna say because that's putting people on blast, but we're like doing shit, you know what I mean? So by the time all this shit starts coming out, I promise you'll know. And the way you reach me, Q No Rap Name on Instagram or Twitter or I don't know, whatever it is. Type Q No Rap Name in and you'll find me. My DMs are open. Holler at me. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at.
Hibernating, man. Yo, so listen, all the listeners, man. go to his socials, man. Type in Q. It's just the letter Q, no rap name. Follow him. Follow him on Bandcamp. Y'all, I think a lot of people don't remember. You can follow artists on Bandcamp.
And I'll follow your ass back too. I really will. Oh, and listen to Everything Is a Scam. I know I got later shit, newer shit, older shit, but I'm glad you brought that up because that really is I watch Stowe talk about it all the time. You got to keep promoting your old shit. Like it's true. Like Everything Is a Scam might be the best thing I did. That or the TK remixes. So just run something up for me, man, and I'll do the very same, bro. We all got to build this shit together.
Yeah, man. Yo, that Nas remix joint that you did is crazy too, man.
Oh, thank you, man. The last one there, the Made You Look remix is like one of my favorite beats I ever made.
Man, yo, see, we could talk about all your albums, man, for hours, dog.
We would be here for a little minute. And, I don't, like I said, it might even be quantity over quality. I'm not trying to be modest. I'm not trying to talk shit, but I really think it might be more than it needs to be. But there is a wealth of shit there. If you like something, you're probably gonna like all of it. So run it up.
Yeah, run it up. Everybody, go to his Bandcamp, support the albums, man. Listen, when you listen to it, you're gonna be like, damn, this shit is so nice. Support, man. Support on Bandcamp, support on the DSPs. Go ahead, follow on the socials. Yo, we gonna see you out and about. Again, Flipabeatclub Philly chapter. We'll see you there. Yo, Q no rap name. It was an honor for me to have you on the show, man. And by the way, I forgot, man. You was on the URL Friends.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah. Okay. Yo, man. How'd I forget? Yo. Okay. Y'all need to go check out that episode.
Check that out. Yeah. Definitely shout out to Ricky. That man is crazy. He's a crazy genius. He's a brilliant mind, and he's really good at like getting these people together and putting these projects together. And his tape game is just ridiculous. Run that up. I'm track 2, side 1, but listen to every track on every side. That shit is crazy.
1. Yeah. You are I think it's the dirt side, right?
Yeah, that shit was real dirty too. When I heard it, I was like, yo, I feel that. I'm glad you put it on that side because that shit is real crazy. It sounds like it came out the sewer.
Yo, man. Yo, there is some spacey, like, I was like, this is just track number 2, and then you got the rest of the tracks. I'm like, oh my gosh, yo. So I had to get the cassette, man, from old Ricky. That's my guy right there, yo.
Good people's right there, man.
Yo, so okay, yeah, man. Y'all go check out the Bump Shows, URL Friends.
Now on streaming.
Go ahead, check it out, but support it on Bandcamp Digital. He don't got no more cassettes, yo. We already bought all of them up. And then because it's going to a good cause. So if you don't know about the cause, go ahead and tap into, I think it's episode number either 80, where it was just a surprise edition, URL Friends edition, man. So check that out. Check out oricky.bandcamp.com for the URL Friends collaboration. Yo, man, Q no rap name. It was an honor, man. Thank you. Keep doing. Yo, I'm definitely following you, and I'm definitely supporting what you're doing, man. I enjoy your music, man. So whatever you release, I'm gonna be in it. I gotta go to your Bandcamp right now and grab some stuff too. So
my brother, thank you, man. I appreciate you, Golden Mike. Keep doing what you do, bro. This is so important, and if people are not tapped in yet, they're crazy. Like, I mean, this is where it really, really, really happens. And you put me onto a lot of shit, and I seriously am gracious and thankful that you had me on and you made some time for me, bro. This is like helpful, and I appreciate you.
that is another episode in the books, man. Number 83 with the one and only Q, no rap name, man. I want to thank Q, no rap name, for allowing me to spotlight him, man, and just talk about him, his story, his music, the experiences he's had so far, creating music in Flipabeatclub, man. Shout out to FABC, DIBIA E, Mons Rock, the whole team, all of the chapters around the world, man. Yo, man, I'm like, we've been watching something that was just an idea be planted, get watered, and grow into something that's beautiful and still continuing to grow and give off good fruit, man. So, yo, any idea that you may have, just, figure out the idea, plant the seed, water it, and keep it moving, all right? Don't let nobody stop you. And with that, I'ma say peace and love to everybody. Yo, I'm about to go watch the Super Bowl, and then celebrate my 10-year anniversary with my wife, man. So shout out to my baby, my love, Trinity. She my best friend, man, and nothing like her, man. Nobody like her. One of a kind. I'm lucky to have such a beautiful soul on this journey. So shout out to you, baby. And everybody count their blessings, man. Listen to this while you sun gazing, stargazing, moon gazing, on the plane, train, automobile, all that stuff, man. And I'm gonna see y'all next week. We got another dope episode next week on another episode of the Rec Show podcast. Peace and love, y'all.